Hello and welcome to the Skipqoo video tutorial series. In this episode, I'm going to take you through the process of creating your store menu, and I'll show you all the various options available with menus. So to start with, we're going to select our restaurant in the admin dashboard, and we'll go to the menus page. Now, when you first create your restaurant, the menus page is going to be completely blank. If you want to get started quickly, you can hit the Templates button on the top right and select from a template available. Right now we have the pizza menu, so if I select that and see it's created the pizza menu for me, under the pizza, when you have my categories. So pizza is combo deals and sides, and under each category I have some dishes. So margherita pizza, pepperoni pizza, chicken pizza. Next, it's also created two option sets for me. Now, option sets are what gives the dishes that customizability. So it's created a pizza-based choice and some extra toppings for the pizzas. If you go to our online store by pressing the View Store button, we can now see that the pizza menu has been added in for us. Customer goes to place an order and select the pizza. Choose their base, add some extra toppings, and add that to their cart. So for the process of this tutorial, we're going to start completely from scratch and create a menu, and go through all the options available. So we can go ahead and just delete the template that's been added in first. So we'll delete the option sets, and we will delete the menu. And now we will start from scratch. So the very first thing we want to do is to create a new menu. So we'll hit the Create New Menu button. The only important part to creating a menu, the only required thing, is the menu name. But most people who just have a single menu, you can just call this menu and hit Save. And you can get started from there. But if your menu has different restrictions and you have multiple menus, then you probably need to customize it a little further. Say for instance, I had a breakfast menu and a dinner menu, and I might call this breakfast, or I might call this dinner. And then that way when the customer comes to a website, they can pick between the breakfast menu and the dinner menu. Now I'll go through the other options available. The display name of the menu simply just overrides whatever name you've written here specifically in your online store. The admin dashboard will always be called by the name. The description will just be written above your dishes, and it's good to highlight any particular details, such as it's only available on Monday or Thursday at 9 p.m, and so on and so forth. Now, if you need to restrict the menu, you can hit the Conditions tab, and you can see there's a whole bunch of different conditions that you can restrict your menu according to. So for example, if you want to restrict it just to orders from a later date, you can do that by hitting Later Only. Pick up orders, you can restrict it to particular time, so Monday 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. If you have age-restricted access enabled, you can take this so to make it so only customers with a verified account can order from this menu. And lastly, there is the pre-order settings. This means that but someone to order from this menu, they must place the order in advance, and you can select the number of days in advance that the order must be placed. And you can select the cut-off time on down to the last day that you're able to place the order. So if the order must be placed before 9 o'clock 5 days in advance, you can set it like this. So to start with, we'll just create a very simple menu. We'll disable all that. We'll just call our menu Menu, and we will go ahead and save that. There you go, you got your first menu. The next step of the process is to create your categories, and Dishes menu can contain various categories, and each category can contain dishes. So category is just a logical grouping of the dishes you have available. So I'll go ahead and create a new category, and I can type in a name. So for instance, I can call this Sandwiches, and if I want to add a display name, it will just override whatever this name is in the online store that you will have. But we'll just leave it blank, and we'll call it Sandwiches, and save it, and I will create another category, and I will call it Pizza. I'll save that. The next thing that we want to do is you want to create a dish under these categories. So if I select this category, I go to create a new dish button, and I can create a dish under the sandwich category. I'll click that. Now there's two different types of dishes you can create, the standard dishes and combo dishes. A combo dish just allows the customer to choose multiple standard dishes. So for instance, if you have a combo select, 2 pizzas and 1 side, and a customer can pick between 2 pizza dishes and 1 side dish, I'll create a standard dish for now, and I will call it ham sandwich. Now price it at $9.50 and display name. That's the same as explained before. The description will give your customer a bit more information as to the actual dish and what to expect from it. So I will say amazing bread filled with lots of ham, and the subtitle will just highlight a particular point. You can leave it blank. You can even leave description blank if you like, and then press Save. Now we're going to look at our online store and see what this looks like. So if I hit View Store, I can see that I have my category sandwiches and the ham sandwich dish available there. Notice that the other category pizzas we created aren't showing because there's no dishes under the pizza category, and so for the time being it leaves it out. And just like that, you can create all your dishes under all your various categories, and slowly they'll start to show up over here. So, now that we've seen the basics of creating menus, categories, and dishes, let's take a bit of a deeper look as to what kind of options you have available when creating dishes. So we'll create another one. I'll give it a name. This time I'll call it Grilled Chicken Sandwich. The price, give it a description. And then lastly, we'll add a subtitle. This time just to highlight something. So, most popular. Okay, now we're going to go to the top and we'll go to the Images and Tags tab. And here we'll upload an image. If you have your images already somewhere else, you can hit Custom Image and just put the image URL. But otherwise, you can hit Normal Image. That's the upload button. Now you can choose to upload from several different places, such as Facebook and Google Drive. But if you have the image on your computer, you can just hit Choose a local file. Next, I will select the image of my grilled chicken sandwich, and once it's done uploading, I can press the Add button, and we'll see the images come up there now. With images, ideally you want them to be a maximum 600 pixels wide by 400 pixels high, namely because too big of an image is just going to take up a large file size and it's going to slow down the load time of your page. And because images are never displayed very big, they should ideally keep them small and keep them optimized. Next, we'll go to the Options and Ingredients tab. I will talk about the option sets in the next part, but for now we'll just look at the ingredients. Ingredients are a way for customers to see what's inside the item, and for them to remove certain ingredients as well if they don't want it. So I will hit Add Ingredient, and I will type in my ingredients. Once I'm done with that, I'll press Save. Now I'll create one more dish under the pizzas category, exactly the same way. Okay, so once we're done creating our dishes, we can go back to the online store, refresh the page, and we are going to see the dishes we just created over here. And we now have 2 categories, 2 sandwiches and pizzas. So if we go and hit the order button and we try to select the sandwich, get to see the nice image, and because you've added in ingredients, you can also click down the ingredients and see what's inside, and you can uncheck it to remove it. Now you will also notice that because I added a subtitle, it's showing right below the grilled chicken sandwich, most popular, and then the description comes, and since I unchecked the ingredients in the cart, I can see that it's saying from this particular item we must remove the grilled chicken and the lettuce, and it will also say that on the receipt for you as well. So if you go back to the online store, there's one more thing I'm going to show you with dishes, which is that if you select the little checkbox beside them over here, you can select multiple, and this little panel comes up. The panel allows you to set a dish availability, and you can also delete the dishes. This way, so for instance, let's say have just the ham and cheese, and I put it as no stock. Now, when I go back to the online store and refresh the page, we will see that it's saying that this is out of stock. So just like that, you can set the dishes out of stock and set them not available. Customers will no longer be able to order them after that, and you are also notified over here that this is currently set out of stock. So if you want to remove that and it's back in stock, click it and just simply press available. There you go. Now customers can order that once again. To enable dish customization options, you need to create something called an option set and then add that to your dish. So for example, with the veggie pizza, we might want customers to choose from various sizes and maybe add some extra toppings on top. So we'll create these option sets and add it to the veggie pizza. But to start, on the menus page, we coded the Option Sets tab on the top, and we'll press the Create New Option Set button, and we'll call our pizza the size option set we'll call a pizza slice. And on the display name, which is what's going to be shown to the customer, we'll just say size. The reason we're doing this is because on the admin dashboard, it's much nicer and easier to organize when you have what it's about. And then the actual option type, and then for the customer, because they're just seeing size in the context of the pizza, they know exactly what it means. Next, we'll go to the Options tab. We'll add two options, say a regular pizza size and then a large pizza size. For the large pizza size, we're going to make it $5 extra. So I'll click the price field and press 5. Next, we're going to go to the Conditions tab. The conditions control how the actual option set functions within your online store. So in this particular example of pizza sizes, because the customer has to pick a pizza size, we're going to enable the required setting, which means that the customer has to pick one from the various options available. Lastly, we'll go to the Add and Remove from Dishes tab, and this allows us to easily add the option set in bulk to many dishes. So I drop down the menu. I drop down the category pizzas and I select the veggie pizza. You want to add it to that, then I'll press Save. And now it's added that to my veggie pizza. The pizza size next. We'll create the extra toppings. So create New Options Set. We'll just call the display name Extra Toppings for the customer. In options, we will add 3. Add extra chicken for $2. Extra cheese, $1.50, and extra olives, $1. And then we'll go to the conditions page. Now for the extra toppings, because the customer doesn't have to pick from one of the available ones, we can leave the required unchecked. But since we want them to be able to pick multiple extra toppings, we're going to enable the Select Multiple option. And then we'll go to Add and Remove from Dishes. The same as before, add it to our veggie pizza and press Save. Now, once that's done, we can head over back to our online store and refresh the page. And we'll go to place an order. We'll try to order our veggie pizza, and we can see now we have our size option set, which is select one and required, and then extra toppings, which is select multiple, and it's optional. So if I click size, I can choose between regular or large. I press large. It's going to add $5 more. I can choose from the extra toppings. We'll add that to my cart, and then for the customer, they can see all their various customization options related to that dish. Let's go and take a look at some of the other settings available with the option set. So I will go to the extra toppings, and I will edit that. And I go back to the Conditions tab. And then here we have the Enable icon, Quantity. This makes it so a customer can pick multiple quantity of one particular option. I'll show you how that works. I do enable option quantity and I press save. Go back to the pizza store, refresh the page, start a new order and select the veggie pizza. And we've got extra toppings. You can see now instead of being something that just gets turned on and off, a customer can actually pick multiple quantity of a particular option. And it's going to raise the price by the respective amount. So if I picked 1, it's extra $2. The pick 2, it's extra. It's an extra $4. And I'll add that to the cart. And the customer also sees the quantity of the option that affect. Now with the multiple option quantity setting, there's quite a few other little things you can do, such as set a minimum amount they must pick, maximum amount allowed, and if there's a certain amount you're giving for free, you can put a free quantity in as well. Now there's one other very useful thing you can do with option sets, which is something called a primary option. Set the pizza size is a perfect candidate for primary option set, because a primary option set allows you to highlight a particular choice related to a dish. So I'll go back to my menus, and I will go to my veggie pizza, and I will edit it, and if I go to the Options and Ingredients tab, and see you can also add and remove option sets directly from here itself if you like. And under Primary Option Set, I can select that, and I can choose my pizza size option. Now, I couldn't select the extra toppings because the extra toppings is not a required option set. But for any option set that is required and the choice must be made, you can add that to the primary option set over here. So I'll do the pizza size and I'll press save. And if I go back to my online store and refresh the page, notice how the pizza actually has the sizes and the prices directly out on it. And if I go to order it and I select, say, the large straight away, going to have the large checked. And it's going to be showing me that price. You go and select the regular. It's going to have that price and it's going to have the regular checked. So it makes it so that the customer can see upfront, in this particular instance, what the size is on and what the prices are. A combo dish is a particular type of dish which contains sub-dishes within it. So what that means is, say you wanted to allow your customers to buy 2 pizzas and decide at a particular price. Then you would create a combo for that. So I'll give you an example. In this instance, we have sandwiches and pizzas. And we're going to create a combo that allows the customer to pick 1 sandwich and 1 pizza. So we'll create a new category. We'll call it combos, or you can add the combo dish to an existing category under that. We're going to create a new dish, and here on the dish type, we're going to select combo instead of standard. And notice when I select combo, the Options and Ingredients tab is going to disappear, and I'm going to get a Dish Choices tab. This is because a combo only contains sub-dishes. It's not actually a dish, and it doesn't have its own ingredients and options. So we'll call this combo sandwich and pizza. We'll give it a price of $19.50. Then we're going to go to Dish Choices and we'll add 2 choices. The first choices, they can choose a sandwich, and the next they can choose a pizza. And then if you check these boxes, this says what dishes are available in this choice. So for sandwiches, they can choose between all the sandwiches, and for the pizza, they can choose between the veggie pizza. Now, although a choice represents a choice between many different dishes, in this particular case, we can add just the 1 dish, which is the veggie pizza. And if there's only 1 dish for this choice, then it's going to be pre-selected for the customer when they are adding the dish to the card. So I'll save this for now, and we will take a look at the online store, and the sandwich and pizza dish combo has been created. Start the order, and when we go to add it to the cart, we'll see the first thing is the veggie pizza has been pre-selected for us. But the sandwich, because there's multiple choices, a customer will have to click it and then they can choose from the sandwiches available. And because a combo dish is made up of various sub-dishes, all the options and ingredients from the sub-dishes are carried on here. So we created some ingredients for grilled chicken sandwich, and the customer can remove it, and for the veggie pizza, they can pick their size. They can add some extra toppings. Now, there is a second way to handle prices of the dishes within combos, and we'll take a look at how that works. When we go to edit our combo, we can see the combo price type. It was set to standard before we put it a different. The difference price will increase the prices of certain choice dishes depending on the cost of the lowest priced dish and the cost of the dish itself. It's probably best explained by actually seeing what I mean. So I'll select difference price and I'll press save. I'll go to the store, refresh the page, and posting a steak note. We have 2 sandwiches available. The first one is $9.50 and the other one is $12.50. And so there's a $3 price difference between the lowest price sandwich and the highest price sandwich. So we're going to add a combo now, and we select sandwich. You can see the grilled chicken costs $3 more because the ham and cheese is the cheapest and the grilled chicken costs a little bit more. The customer, once is selected, they'll have to pay that extra price over here. Now, there's one last very useful thing you can do with combos, which is that, say for instance, this combo said a sandwich and a regular pizza instead of just any pizza. What that means is we don't want the customer to be able to choose a size because the size is already a regular pizza. So we want to be able to remove this particular option from the combo without actually having to modify the dish, because if a customer picked it regularly, you want them to be able to choose large. So to do this, you can go back to the combo and we can edit it and scroll down to the bottom. And this is setting options. State blacklist here. We can blacklist the pizza size option set. And if we do this, what it means is that whatever dishes have the pizza size option set added to it, you will no longer be able to select the size through this particular combo. So if I go back and I start the order and try to order the pizza, we can see the pizza size is gone. A dish tag is a great way to highlight a particular attribute of a dish and make that stand out on your menu. So for example, gluten-free or vegan or spicy. So I'm going to show you how to create a spicy dish tag on the menus page. We'll press Dish Tags on the top and we'll select Create New Dish Tag. And you can see a little bit of an example up here. Whatever settings you change down here will automatically be reflected. And this is what the tag looks like in your online store. We'll give it a name, then the tag text will say spicy as well. Next, we can choose an icon type. I select text icon and say, for instance, I put S and C. We've got a little box over here with an S in there, and whatever we type in here is going to reflect up there. Next is the icon type, which is an actual proper little icon. Now this is very useful because you could represent many common foods and areas with these icons. So for spicy, we have a chili thing. We can select the chili now. We have a little chili icon and I think that's spicy beside it, which is pretty good. It's what we want. The only last thing you want to do is really change the colour. So spicy, ideally something red, deep dark red. So we'll select the tag background colour. Give it a nice deep dark red, and the icon colour, which is, as you can see, the icon is currently still orange. We'll also give it the same deep dark red, roughly, and we've got a pretty nice tag over there. Next we'll add it to a dish. We can go add and remove from dishes. Click that and we'll add it to our veggie pizza, and press save. And if we go to our online store, we can have a look and see that the nice spicy tag is over there. You can add as many tags as you like to a dish, but you don't want to do too many because otherwise it will spill over. Your other option is you can move the position of the dish tag by going to your settings website settings. go to Sections, Menus, and then you can see Dish Tag Position. Say I change this from top edge to inner bottom and press Save. I refresh the page and see the tag is now there, so you can choose between what you feel like you like better.